This is the plaintiff, Keith Alexander. He says he needed a new prescription for his glasses and gave his very expensive Versace frames to the defendant to put new lenses in and was told it would take a few weeks. Well, 45 days later, the defendant told him he lost his glasses and he would have to purchase a new pair. Huh? He said there was nothing he could do. He blamed it on a vendor, and he's here suing for the $4,995 he's now owed. This is the defendant, Dr. Michael Kieslow. He says the plaintiff gave him his old frames and sent them to his insurance company to have the lenses put in. The plaintiff signed a waiver that he would not be responsible for any loss or damage to the frames during transport. The insurance company received the lenses but then lost them. He did everything he could to find him new frames, but they were discontinued even though it wasn't his fault they were lost to begin with. The plaintiff's ranting, raving, and screaming in his office didn't help matters. But there's nothing he can do because he did nothing wrong. He's accused of making the customer very unhappy.
All parties, please use your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Mr. Alexander.
Hello.
You went to Greenpoint, Eye Care, in order to have some glasses made, correct?
Yes.
And you ended up deciding that what you would do is put lenses into a pair you already owned.
Yes, for better sizing.
Okay, and the pair that you already owned were what brand?
Versace brand.
Versace. And when you were giving them to the person who worked there, according to you, they liked it a little much, right?
Yeah, it took me back.
What did they say?
Oh, these are nice glasses. They're very expensive.
Okay.
And my first thought was, you should get your glasses and go.
You should what?
Take my glasses and leave, because it don't sound good. It has nice glasses all over the eye shop.
Right.
Why would
Maybe
you
he was
be
just
so-
complimenting your taste.
Yes.
All right, but you felt otherwise because what ends up happening is they end up losing your glasses, right?
Yes.
And that's accurate. That's established that the glasses ended up lost.
The glasses were lost, but not by us, by the insurance company.
Okay, so tell me how this works. You receive his frames and then you send it off.
Yes, basically we're contracted with his insurance company. He decided to use his own frame. So he came in with his frame. We then sent it by UPS tracking. The insurance company did pick them up.
And they acknowledge that they received it.
Absolutely.
And then, well, they do acknowledge they received it. Why are you shaking your head? They sent you a check, didn't they? To settle this.
They wanted to keep their contract with their health provider going. It was good for business.
I don't know what you're saying. The insurance company's called what?
Davis Vision.
May I see the paperwork you've received from Davis Vision? Okay, did you read this?
Yes, I did.
Davis Vision has record of the frame being received by the laboratory on March 25th, but the laboratory is unable to locate the frame. So you know that the employee at their store didn't keep your glasses because they acknowledge that it got sent to them, right? You read that sentence.
It's still ongoing, whether you want to believe it or not.
I'm sorry, why would they acknowledge receiving it? They're taking responsibility in this letter.
I went to get a new pair of glasses again at a different eyeglass location. I am now only able to get a frame because the lenses were put into the other frames that they put into the package that went to Davis Vision.
Under no circumstances should they be denying you the opportunity to get a full set of glasses. By the way, do you have any proof that they denied you that, saying that you already got them here?
This is what they gave me for me to go.
Okay, no, that's a prescription for
Yeah,
you to get
prescription.
glasses. That's the opposite of what I'm
No,
saying.
but-
Do you have any proof that they denied you? Yes or no?
I had full dialogue with them. It's something supposed to come
and
to
do
me.
you have any proof that they denied you?
Not present.
Okay, you give them your Versace frame, and then you folks have him sign something. Can I see the original of what you had him sign? Okay, Greenpoint Eye Care LLC cannot be held responsible for any breakage, damage to existing lenses and/or patient's own frame. Greenpoint Eye Care LLC. Did you show this to your lawyer who wrote that letter?
Because he said that's not legal tender. It's not notarized.
Okay, tender is money.
I know.
He said this isn't legal because it's not notarized. Your lawyer has to go back to law school. Greenpoint, I cannot be held responsible. It doesn't need to be notarized for any loss of patient's own property, whether in transit or otherwise. Okay. So what ends up happening is you send it to Davis, and Davis loses it. And Davis acknowledges receiving it, and Davis acknowledges that they've lost it. Now, the first thing everybody did was try to find the actual glasses. So they asked you to please provide a receipt for them. And did you provide a receipt?
Yes, I did.
May I see a copy? May I see the receipt, not a copy of it, the receipt? Okay. So this is a receipt like you can go to Walmart and get a book of receipts and fill it out. Where's an actual receipt for a $500 Versace glass? I don't expect to see it looking like this.
This was an open air market in New Jersey.
All right. So was this presented to you or to
I
Davis?
received this from his other attorney that sent me a demand to pay for this. But I looked this place up. Like maybe it is open market, but we checked. Davis Vision actually called because they have a list of all providers in the United States. There's no telephone, no license number. You need a license.
That's
to
a little
actually,
suspect to begin
know,
with.
I mean-
These glasses were gifted to me.
Oh, so you paid zero for them?
I paid $0 for them. They were gifted to me, and they have sentimental value to me.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So this waiver that was signed, suppose that the defendant wasn't the one who caused the damage. The plaintiff's out of luck then, right? If the defendant didn't cause it.
Exactly. I mean,
But what if the defendant actually caused the damage, but the plaintiff still signed that waiver saying that the defendant's not responsible if it gets lost or damaged?
a waiver is a waiver. It's a
Tough luck?
yes, absolutely.
You agree?
I agree, but I don't want to agree.
I know you don't want to agree, but are you stuck?
Yeah, you signed the waiver. It's legally binding.
Okay, going inside the courtroom.
First, you tried to find the actual exact pair.
We did, and my staff here, they tried many hours. They spent many hours looking for the frame. We tried eBay. I even called a lot of my colleagues to see if he had the frame. He's been my patient for a few years. I wanted to make him happy.
Nobody could find the actual
Exactly.
frame. So then somebody offered, okay, we'll get you a replacement Versace frames.
Davis
Who offered
Vision.
that? Davis did.
Vision.
All right. And you did not want to do that. That's all
Can I
in
make
the.
a statement? That actually was never
the
offered to me.
insurance
That actually was
report.
never offered to me.
Okay.
That part.
Well, they say they did. Maybe they didn't. I do know, because I see it right here, that they offered you $408
75% of supposedly of the value.
with this kind of a receipt. They offered you $408 and you didn't cash it. You didn't accept their offer because you feel like they're ripping you off?
Because it's good for their business to keep their contract going only. I sent Versace frames until they cut the lens and get ready to put it into the frame that was sent to them. Did they find out they were not Versace?
Okay, nothing of what you're saying is what your insurance company, you just handed me what your insurance company, they don't say, oh, these nasty people switched up my Versace and then sent me something that wasn't Versace. You are making up stuff.
No,
Your own
no.
insurance company says, look, we got it, we lost it, we want to do right by you. So here's the deal, they're 2 years old, you have to take depreciated value, here's 75%. In other words, if I lose or damage your property, or if I crash into your car and it's a 2-year-old car, I don't pay you what you paid for the car 2 years ago because then you drove the car for 2 years for free, right? No, what I pay is the value at the time of the loss. That means depreciated value. So the insurance company was right to offer you the 75%. That's a decent offer.
Do you understand what it took for me to get to the offer? Everybody claimed it was my fault long before we got to the 75%. Believe it or not.
Nobody's claiming it's your fault. He didn't claim it was your fault. The insurance company
Didn't
didn't
he
claim
say
it was
he
your
was
fault.
not going to
The
play-
insurance company is telling you that, look, it's our bad. Here's the check you won't cash. You just won't take yes for an answer. And then meantime, you're suing the one person
That was
who
responsible
you've
for the
released from
intake of my
liability.
glasses.
It's the only thing on this document. It's not like it's buried in
But they're
20
not the
pages
only
of
one I'm suing,
legalese.
though. They
It's
are not the only one I'm
literally the
suing.
one thing you signed. Yes, I'm giving you my glasses, but you're not going to be held responsible.
But they're not the only one I'm suing. I'm still going in litigation with.
Mr. Alexander, I want you to listen to me. Cash the check and move on with your life.
Can't
Who
do
are
it.
these beautiful women you brought with you?
My daughter and her friend Destiny.
Okay. Tell him to cash the check and move on with his life. I know, but
wasn't the
you
only
are,
person- I
you
wasn't the
are
only person
creating such
victimized
a
by this.
deficit of joy in your life by this continued war on something. Oh, by the way, and you're also suing for $4,500 extra for pain and suffering? No. I do not find them liable because you have waived liability against them. I'm going to return this check to you, and I'm going to give you a very strong recommendation that you go ahead and cash this check, okay? Based on the paperwork in front of me, I find in favor of the defendant in this case. Good luck, folks. Make sure he gets that check back.
So the plaintiff is advised to cash the check, and he doesn't get a judgment from the court. Step over here, Mr. Alexander. You know, when I saw you were suing for $5,000, I thought that was the value of the frames you lost. $5,000 Versace frames.
No, but it was the chase to get to the settlement.
Okay.
Which the judge didn't want to hear, but
You will. Well, said you can't get $4,000 and some
it's still an
dollars.
ongoing situation. It's not over.
Yeah, well, but you have a check for, over
I have to pay a
$400.
lawyer. I still have to pay a lawyer.
Well, you did that. The insurance company sent you the check. You haven't cashed it. What are you going to do?
Continue
Continue
to
what?
fight. Continue to stand up for what I know is right.
So what does that mean?
That means I'm going after the health server, the
Sue
health
him?
provider. Yes.
You're going to sue that. Are you going to cash the check?
No.
Oh, you should follow the judge's advice. Cash
right.
the check while you got it.
Thank you very much.
It may not be good for very long. I don't know. Mr. Kieslow, what do you think? He should ought to cash that check, don't you think?
I would definitely cash the check. I
You
mean,
really covered your butt really well when you sent something out, because if something gets lost, you're off the hook, right?
Well, we try to, safeguard our business and
No
do the
kidding.
right thing. I mean, he's been my patient for many years, and I would like to make him happy. The judge's verdict, I totally agree with. It's right, but I did call one of my friends, and I did find him the frame. So if you could
did?
bring him out,
Hey, he's outside. You can catch him.
I'll give him this frame.
Catch him.
I actually found it.
Good for you.
So-
Let's show us. Let's see what they look like, just for kicks. We thought they were $5,000 frames. All right, well, they're... So how
Sometimes
much,
it's
what's the
not about the
value?
money.
What do you think they're worth?
$90.
$90, that's all?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Go catch him outside. Okay, you can give him to him. Make him feel better. Harvey?
Okay, I know these contracts are so small and so long, but if you don't read it all, read the part that says liability limitation. I'm telling you, you will avoid a world of hurt.